Today I'm in the city of Liuzhou in Guangxi province, China, of course. Now this place is famous for two things. One, the stinkiest food in all of China. And two, the smallest cars in all of China. Let's take a look.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you speak English?
Yes.
A little bit?
Yes. A little.
So this is luosifen, right?
嗯，
You don't think it's stinky? 你不觉得很臭吗？
不觉得。
不觉得很香? Okay, alright, I'm going to go in and see if this luosifen is delicious. Thanks very much, guys. Bye-bye.
拜拜。
It's actually quite incredible. As soon as you go into this restaurant, you can smell it. It really does smell. So as I said, this is the stinkiest food in all of China. And there's a lot of competition in China. You've got your stinky tofu, you've got so much different food. But here, luosifen, in its home, it's Liuzhou, this really is the stinkiest food in China. So it's interesting, we've entered into Guangxi and these guys also like eating spicy food. That's sort of southwest China, so certainly your Sichuan, your Chongqing of course, your Guizhou. But here Guangxi I guess is sort of southwest China, certainly very south, but also enjoying. So what is luosifen? Well, here in Liuzhou, the birthplace of luosifen, it's pretty much one of China's national signature dishes. So it's a umami broth. Don't ask me what umami broth is. I looked it up and they said the luosifen is an umami broth made from river snails. And I basically knew that, so luosi, the river snails. And what's really interesting is pretty much all over China, but especially here in Guangxi, especially here in Liuzhou, even before you eat it, that sort of pungent smell hits you. But here's something interesting. There aren't actually any river snails in the dish itself. You see, it's cooked often overnight for hours and hours. You've got your river snails, your pork, lots and lots of other ingredients. And they have that broth, and they use that broth to make this noodle soup. But there are no actual river snails in the broth itself, even though that's what you smell. So what have you got? You've got your rice noodles, which are super popular here in Guangxi. You've got your bamboo shoots, your fried tofu skin, your peanuts, your mushrooms, your chili oil. The stink comes from basically the pickled bamboo shoots. They're one of the main culprits. It's a sharp, sour, funky, a bit like blue cheese meets swamp kind of smell. Locals would say more intensely aromatic, earthy, hobble, and slightly metallic. But whatever it is a very interesting thing. And it's, look, if you go to Italy, you've got to have pizza, you've got to have pasta, right? If you come to China, you go to Beijing, you've got to have the Peking duck. If you come to Liuzhou here in Guangxi, you've got to have those luosifen. So enough talking, I'm going to start eating. I love these rice noodles, like spaghetti. I love this. And they're sort of almost al dente. Do you see how great this is going? Wow. This is absolutely beautiful.
好吃哈。
好吃。有没有本地朋友柳州话怎么说好吃呢？
好吃，
好吃，好吃，咋说？
好吃烂的。
好吃烂的。是这样吗？ Apparently that's a local thing. The locals laughed at that. I probably said something rude, but it is hard to land it. Alright, that's the luosifen. It's absolutely delicious, but quite spicy. Guys, if you get yourself to Liuzhou, if you get yourself to China, do come to this restaurant. What is it called? It's called that. Really quite nice. Absolutely delicious. These cars are absolutely crazy. I told you, this city has the smallest cars in China. You can basically sit, I think two smallish people could sit in this car. So it's Wuling. It's famous throughout China because, well, traditionally they've done the sort of the mianbao ce, so those sort of bread-looking, like vans, like a minivan, a very, very mini van. So that's what they're famous for. But in recent years, they've been doing just your regular cars. So they do have, I think, regular-sized cars, but they're famous for the minivans and these absolutely tiny cars. You're thinking smart car. No, this is even smarter than a smart car. Well, smaller than a smart car. Look at this bad boy. It's got a warm car. Look at that. I think you can scan and rent it. This is one of those scan and rent cars, which you don't actually see that much of in China. But why I'm filming this is to show you how small this car is. Crazy. They're famous for these cars. I'd actually be interested, I'll check this and I'll put it in the description below before I put this video out. In terms of the GDP in Guangxi, Liuzhou number one, or the provincial capital, Nanning number one? It'd be interesting to find out. I'll check that. So we found a rather spectacular temple here in Liuzhou. You can see behind me. We'll go in shortly, but as ever with temples here in China, I think temples in general, certainly Buddhist temples, we don't normally film inside. I'll film as much as I can, but the inner sanctum we probably won't film. But look at this, guys. It really is spectacular. Remember at Liuzhou, so being over the Liujiang makes total sense. Jiang meaning river, of course. Absolutely spectacular. I'm really enjoying this city. I'm really enjoying it. I asked earlier whether Nanning had a higher GDP or Liuzhou had a higher GDP. I was thinking because they have the manufacturing, especially the car manufacturing here, that it might have a higher GDP. I was completely wrong. Nanning is almost double the size of Liuzhou in terms of GDP, but it's still, so far, a very interesting city. I think I'm going to light some incense sticks and then go in to the temple. So I'm going to buy the incense. Doesn't matter how old the temple is, you're still going to be able to use your WeChat Pay to buy things. Remember, guys, whenever you go to temples here in China, it's always in threes, so you'll need at least 3 incense sticks. What is that? 为什么是3条？
一生二，二生三，三生万物。
是什么意思呢？
就是三就代表万物。
All right, 3 for everything. So this is a peaceful and financial wealth. Okay, here we go. Fata. All right, let's go.
Is it left arm, really? That's the thing? I didn't know that.
你妈妈他们呢？哎呢？你妈妈他们呢？哎，蛮香啊。
And there you have it. Interesting enough, guys, I got this really lovely bracelet recently. You can see this here. It's wonderful. It was a gift. And on this side of the bracelet, these beads here are actually made from the ash of incense sticks. So I'm literally carrying people's hopes and dreams on my wrist. Hopefully I can help them fulfill them. Let's go into the temple. Let's go. What's really interesting is this temple is sort of in the heart of the city. You can see behind me there are apartment complexes. So it's surrounded on all sides by apartment complexes, apart from over there and across the road, which of course is the river. But it really is in the heart of the city. I wonder what it feels like to live in the apartments there, so close to a temple. Do you feel somehow more of a sort of a spiritual closeness, not just in geographic location, but by living here, do you somehow take on a bit of the spirituality of the temple itself? Often, and I've seen this in China many times, you've had international people or people who don't really understand it, seeing this symbol here, as you often get in temples, not just in China but also in India as well, and getting rather upset about it. And I can sort of understand them getting upset, but it is in fact slightly different. If you look at it, in terms of the symbol itself, it's different, but actually the meaning is the most important thing. Those horrible people in Germany, they really tried to take what is essentially a Buddhist concept and use it for their own, their own logo. But here in China and across the Buddhist world, it means something different. So certainly don't get upset about it. Pull one of these sticks at random. Remember the number that's on there, inscribed on it. Make a wish, literal wish. Then take that number, put it back of course, take that number and go up to this gentleman here, tell him the number. I don't know whether I tell him the wish, give him perhaps 10 RMB, and hopefully the wish will come true. Hopefully. So I've got so basically you sort of make a wish, or you ask a question, but it's pretty much the same thing. Your question, your wish is the same thing. So if you want to have a son, if you want to earn more money, if you want to get over a certain illness, if you want good grades in the exam, whatever it is, he will tell you based on your wish, your question, based on when you were born, your Chinese zodiac sign, when you're married, if you're married, and various other questions he asks you. He would then tell you, in order to achieve your wish,
to be granted, then you need to do certain things. So, for example, for my wish, which I'm not going to tell you guys, I've got to be a kind person. I've got to speak less, listen more. It's difficult if I'm trying to do YouTube. It means I've got to be DDR, which means I've got to be a bit more modest. And also, I should pray to the Guanyin. So the Guanyin, one of the sort of variations of Buddha. And then, of course, I should pray to my ancestors. Apparently, that was also good to do. And set free some fish, which I might do as well. And if I'm successful, I'm granting my wish, whatever it may be, remember I'm not telling you guys, then I must come back here, which is also part of Buddhism as well, come back here and give thanks for them helping me. Thanks will be money and prayer. And I hope my wish comes true, and I hope I do come back here in a year, 2 years' time, however long it takes.
This really is a spectacular view. You can see here we've got the Liuzhou River all over here. Got a very typically Guangxi sort of hilltop mountain there. Once you go over to other areas of Guangxi, Yangshuo, Chongzhou, you see lots of that, really quite beautiful. And then there's the river, and one of the bridges, wonderful up here. And the air is fresh. Again, it's a big city, but it seems like a nice place. What is interesting, of course, is that we spent about 20 RMB burning the incense sticks outside. We came in, we gave 10 RMB to be told how to fulfill our own wishes, basically. And then you go upstairs and there's an option for 200 RMB to sort of, according to your Chinese zodiac, to place basically a good luck emblem, wish, charm on the board. It depends obviously on your Chinese zodiac. You put that there, that was 200 RMB. And then of course throughout the temple you can give an offering of money, fruit, vegetables, water, anything, but most people give money. And of course modern China you can scan the code as well. So coming to this temple, if you want it to be, it can be free. If you want to spend a lot of money, that's also an option. This is interesting. You guys have heard of the Guinness Book of Records. Well, have you heard of the China records? So here, apparently, this is one of the world's biggest Buddhist bells, according to the China records. Never heard of China records. I've been in China for a long time, but I guess it's Chinese equivalent of the Guinness Book of Records. It is a big bell. It is really big. You can see behind me, outside the temple, you've got almost sort of fortune tellers as well. So you sort of give them your palm, you give them a bit more information, and then they will also tell your fortune. So it's a thriving business here in Liuzhou, outside the temple. It is beautiful though, I really, really like it. Lovely. Right behind me is the Liuzhou Qingyun Shitang. So basically the night market, the morning market, the snack market, the food market, all behind me. Let's see what they got. Every major city in China will have these sort of markets, but this one, I've got to say, is better than most. There's so much food. So much going on. Of course, you've got the luosifen, the stinky noodles. We already filmed that. You've got all these wonderful different meats you can see behind me. We've got all this great food. And of course, we're in Guangxi, so west of Guangdong, which is also a great food place in all of China. Cantonese food. You've got everything here. So go. What is that? Is that luosifen? No, that's duck, dude. Oh, like luosifen stuff. That's fun. This is really cool. It's so busy as well. I love it. In China, and I think around the world, one of the most popular types of sort of bloggers, influencers, people put videos out are the sort of the mesa borju. Hello, mate. The mesa borju, so the guys that eat food. What are they called in English? My English is so bad. The guys that eat food on camera. I'm not that good at it. I don't eat much meat, to be honest, and I just had a big lunch. So I'm taking you guys on a video tour of this wonderful, wonderful food stream, not really eating anything. Do you mind? Put in the comments below. Am I terrible at my own job? I think I am. But I'm not. I'm trying to be more cultural. I also eventually want to show you sort of Chinese products and maybe how to sell online and things like... The person's annoying me. And how to sell online and things like that. But I do like travel blogs as well. But for food, I'm not that good. But maybe put in the comments below. What should I do about that? Eat vegetables. Nobody wants to see me eat vegetables, do they? Maybe. Anyway, this place goes on and on. It never stops. It's incredible. Guys, I actually really do recommend you come here. But don't do what I did. After a big lunch, come here. Come here on an empty stomach and try all these wonderful, delicious snacks. This looks cool. There's like some sweet stuff. It's delicious. Guys, remember, if you haven't already liked, subscribe, please do so. But for me, Toby, here in Liuzhou, that's a wrap. 谢谢，拜见，谢谢，再见，拜拜。